First, thank you everybody who has come here to discuss about adult education on local level, how to advocate it. And today I have gotten us to give a presentation, a couple of people who have been working on this popularization of adult education and also on cooperation on local level within the European project called Agenda. So they are Kertu Eensaar, who is project manager, then Andras, and also Marfeldt, who is a project coordinator, also in Andras. And so today they are going to give a little overview for us how to they have been handling and been negotiating with local governments how to get over some very serious obstacles that we have on local level. So the main local level problem is that there is a lack of funding. So everybody on the state level or local level, on educator level, everybody understands that the education and lifelong learning is very important. But unfortunately, there is no clear tactics how to implement it. So I hope that today we get some ideas what to use and maybe from where to move on this matter. So if you would be so kind, from Andras, if you would like to give your presentation for us. Thank you. Muted.
Yeah. Hello, I am Kertu.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica, and we are from Andras, as Aslan said. So
we are going to talk about Andras a little bit, and I am going to start, and after Monica continues.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share some facts about this some facts about Andras and some facts about Estonia. Andras is a non-governmental organization. We established in 1991. We have 60 members. Andras shares membership in the European Association for the Education of Adults and the European Basic Skills Network. Our main goal is to popularize adult education and raise awareness about learning opportunities and also improve the quality of the adult learning. And in the right side, you can see some facts about Estonia. Actually, we are quite small country. We are 1.4 million people. And our administrative division is, we have 79 local governments. We have 15 cities and 64 municipalities. And our participation rate in education and training in Estonia was 2020 17.1%. So it was quite good, actually. Now I'm going to talk about our education network. Here you can see our adult education network model. We have created a network over the years. The network has two levels, national and a local regional level. At the national level, we have established cooperative relationships with various ministries. For example, we have a cooperation with Ministry of Education and Research. We have a cooperation with Ministry of Social Affairs and Ministry of Culture. And we have also relationships with other organizations whose activities affect or contribute to the field of adult education. At the local level, we have established adult education networks in all counties and also in Tallinn. They are run by coordinators. And the network work is a volunteer. Actually, the coordinators are paid a small money, but it's very small. And actually, they have another paid job. And their paid job is related to adult education. And the regional networks include adult educators, representatives of local governments, representatives of unemployment insurance fund, education and care counseling centers, village movements, libraries, and other organizations. The coordinators represent different organizations, and they have a variety of backgrounds. The activity of a county may be slightly more specific, depending on the particular coordinator's field of activity. And what they do, the members of network disseminate information about learning opportunities. They are organizing the Adults Learners Week in the county. They are coordinating the recognition of the best at the county level. They collect and disseminate adult education success stories. They inform, notice, involve, guide, give feedback, and so on. We are the founder and leader of the network. We are holding regular meetings for them, seminars. We are encouraging them. We are doing them workshops, seminars, conferences. So we are giving them the adult information about adult education, what is important in these days. So I move on, and this adult education network is unique. And in 2018, we got award, and this year was theme was cooperation and partnership, and we received a Grundtvig Award for the network of regional coordinators and effective cooperation with different stakeholders of adult education. As Aslan said, there is a lack of funding of adult education, and there is some reason also, because in our legislation, local governments are not obliged to support the adult education system. They are not obliged to monitoring adult learning and supporting a return to education system. But there are some local governments who are having other gymnasiums, and a couple of them having vocational or high schools, and they are funding them. They are getting, these institutions are getting money from local governments, and also several municipalities allowed to use their premises for adult education events, non-formal education trainings, and so on. And we could say that local governments support indirectly because they have public libraries and a lot of museums in their local governments. So that is a support to adult learning and to adult education. Now I give word to Monika.
So, why should local government support adult education? It's many reasons for that. And if we all know, each person lives in some municipality. So 194,000 people in Estonia are without professional education. It's a very big number, and almost 83,000 are without general secondary education, as we know, and almost 20% of preschool children parents are without secondary education. These are very big numbers. We know one side the percent is very high in Estonia, but in other side, this some kind of target groups, we are very lack of education. So, and secondary education, it means higher salary, and higher education also means higher incomes, as we know, and better coping in society. So social support versus better coping, being more educated, that means the choice of local government either to pay social benefits or to contribute to the education of the people in their community. It's their choice, and it's very important to think about this. And Estonia is one of the OECD countries where the share of the secondary school graduates is falling. It's important to know as well. So what can local governments do? And a local government could easily, without any legal obligation, to have an overview of these people who have dropped out of the school and have no secondary education. And they could notice and recognize adult learners and learners-friendly employees of their municipality, invite them, for example, to anniversary reception of the Republic or to events of the municipality, publish their stories, best practices in the municipality newspaper, and etc. They could as well reflect adult education in their development plans, join the adult education regional local networks in the order to better informed about the subject, and share information about learning opportunities to residents of the municipality. And what we are doing in Andras, we are our activities towards local governments. As Kertu say, we have so many networks. We are proving information through these networks, and we are sharing and disseminating information about adult education. We have our own newsletter, electronic newsletter, best practices, learning opportunities, etc. And more representatives of local governments, we must say, have joined adult education network activities managed by Andras. And we organize roundtables and development seminars with the view of discussing to the subject. And mainly in this seminar and roundtables, we have Ministry of Education with us to provide the new information in adult education fields. Since 2018, representatives of nearly all municipalities have participated. Feedback has been taken, analyzed, and shared between the appropriate stakeholders. And as Kertu also said, we have many cooperation partners in Estonia. We have cooperation with the Ministry of Education, as I said, and Research, Ministry of Social Affairs, local governments umbrella organization. It's a very good partner to us, Association of Estonian Cities and Rural Municipalities. And the activities of 3 of our projects are related with the activities of local governments. These projects are agenda in framework of Erasmus Plus project, national coordinators for the implementation of the European Agenda for Adult Learning. Another project is ESF project, promoting adult learning and expanding the range of learning opportunities. And the third is Erasmus Plus Sky 2 project, municipality support adult education. So we can take some activities through this project and give the information of our partners as well. And last but not least, the kind of picture of our Estonian people. To be happy, you have to learn. It's kind of our slogan in our different
campaigns.
Promotion materials.
Yeah.
So it's mean if you're learning, you are happy, and this is our last slide. Thank you for attention. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much to our colleagues at Andras. I feel that if my colleagues and participants have any questions, now it would be the right time. So if you feel like you would like to ask a question or two to the colleagues at Andras, please go ahead, raise your hand. So we have two participants that raised hands. So first Christine and then Camila, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Also, thank you for this insightful presentation. I just wanted to know, because I'm particularly interested in that, you said you have different corporations and you use different channels to communicate. What is the most successful channel or format of event that you've chosen in order to get in touch with local authorities? What do they respond to the best?
With local authorities, local governments, representatives, I think the most effective are the roundtables, where we can share the statistic and where we can
Facts of this area.
Yes, facts of this area, and where we can
discuss the problems of this municipality of area, because it's important. They are interested in this particularly own problems and own statistics, and our roundtables is a place which we are
gathering different stakeholders
together to discuss this topic.
And the stakeholders are the local stakeholders.
Yeah.
And also the representative of ministry is also discussing with them.
Us, yes.
And that is important to the local government, that the representative of the ministry is also in the roundtable representative.
That's interesting. So it's basically the concrete exchange between different actors and basically everybody that's directly affected by it, or?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Then we have Camila that also raised hand simultaneously to Christine. Please go ahead, Camila.
Thank you so much. I'm Camilla Winter. I'm from a municipality in Sweden, and I represent the formal adult education. I'm very impressed about your networking, so I'm not surprised about this award 2018. My question is, I saw on one slide you mentioned vocational education and training. And my question is, do you have representatives from companies in these networks as well?
Actually, we have, but they could participate more. We have only few, but we have in the national level, our partner is Estonian Employers Confederation. With them, we can share the information to the employees, to the employers, but they could be more present in our network.
I know my connection is not so good, so I hope you can hear me, but that is the question every day in Sweden. How can we cooperate more with the companies? So I think that is a problem in many countries, perhaps.
Yeah, it's the same here in Estonia.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And it was a very interesting presentation. Thank you.
So next off, we have Balázs. Please, Balázs, go ahead.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Thank you. The presentation was very much interesting. I know Andras from already 20 years because I have started to work when my country was preparing for European integration, and we visited Tallinn a number of times with the help of people like Peter Jarvis, organizing conferences with Talvi Maria.
Yes.
So I'm very proud to be here with you today. Thank you for organizing this event. My question would go to the opportunity, whether you use, you mentioned the number of public events you organize or you participate. Do you also make use of some public events locally when people who are involved in adult or in community education can show their specific local examples where people learn, either with voluntary involvement of a number of organizations, like learning festivals or days where people can celebrate learning?
Yes. Yeah, of course. We have almost 25 years now. We are organizing Adult Learners Week. In October, it's a big event in all over the Estonia. We have so many workshops, seminars, some kind of opportunities to learn something new in over all the counties, and all the networks is very active in this week. And also in this week we have recognition of our adult learners, employees, adult educators, and organizations. So we have the festive over the country events, and also we have the events in over the all counties, and we have the calendar for all these counties, and our coordinator put the information to this, and all the people can participate in some kind of activities. And last 3 years we have a new event all over the Estonia. It's called õpitund. It's mean 1 hour, one learning hour, and all learning teams can register it, and something new to learn, and we get some kind of
and they are sending to us pictures and videos, and then we share them in our social media. It's like a learning day,
kind of learning day, and it's very popular, and so many companies and so many organizations take it part. Yeah, it's some kind of new activity which is open the Adult Learners Week. So
thank you so much.
Would you perhaps have any more questions for our colleagues from Estonia?
I would like to have one question, if you don't mind. As you said that you are networking with local governments in roundtables. So I just wondering what are the main, like, for example, 3 issues that local governments bring to the roundtable that they expect to receive some help and cooperation from you?
Actually, in our roundtables, there is we are discussing the local problems, but these local governments often they doesn't know what is the main issue, how many lower educated people they have, for example, and what kind of people are needed in their local governments, in their county, for example, what kind of work employers are offering, and what kind of employers are searching. We are actually giving the information, giving the background to make better decisions,
to discuss these topics.
Yeah.
So and they don't know every time all the stakeholders in area which is provided adult education as well, and it's important to know what information and the skills you can provide in area. It's one
and
topic.
Often they doesn't know also what kind of support the Estonian unemployment insurance fund is offering for people. It's like
they do together,
yeah,
to solve these problems.
And it's strange, but they are not often discussing in the local level problems. Actually, we are like putting them together.
Give them opportunity to talk.
Yes.
Understand that the problem kind of seems that local governments really don't understand how some issues can be solved via your help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
and why it's important to have higher educated people in the local government. Sometimes it is it's a strange for us. It's a surprise for them that when they invest the education, then the cost of the social costs are then going to low down.
So benefits and financial
Yes.
also. And when they are in the roundtable and they have received this information, do they seem more enthusiastic to participate and more willing to, like, financially to provide or some kind of assistance to improve the situation, or just data, or etc.?
It's hard to say, because sometimes you don't need the money. You have to just make plans together, cooperate. And the money is also, I think it's an issue, because the local government has many obligations they have to do with quite lack of money.
Thank you.
Actually, we have some good examples, but they are not the local government, but they are, they are this
Development center, maybe.
Yeah, development centers. When the development center gathers the local governments and discuss the problem and make this adult education important in this area, then they find the money also. But they have to work together. It's not the issue of only one local government. It's an issue of the
cooperation.
Yeah, cooperation and the whole county.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I saw that our colleagues from Ireland had to leave us. Would somebody else have some questions about the Estonians? I know that I have actually a question. So a while ago, through another project, I was interviewing PES Estonia, so the employment agency. And they did say that this year, during the pandemic and so on, they were able to organize some employment fairs and so on, then they were actually quite successful, because I had a feeling that the technology aspect in Slovenia is very high. So I was wondering, what did you do? Did you have to do anything differently during the pandemic? Was it hard for you to contain the networks connected and so on?
Actually, yes, it was hard, but thank God we have Zoom and other different channels to
bring people together.
Yes.
And now it's mainly channel to cooperate, and as now we are taking this event, it's okay.
I think it's okay, and I think people are used to it already.
Yeah.
And also then, did you put the roundtables online? Were you able
Yeah.
to?
Yes.
Yeah. And we discuss in online in the groups, and take the presentation in the groups, and they use it. It's okay now. Now it's okay.
Now it's okay. The first year was, I think, difficult, but this last year was already okay.
Yeah, I feel we all needed a bit of time to adjust to the new reality. And then when you start thinking that it will not change, then you have to adapt in one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the chat. In the chat, we don't really have any questions. Can we maybe perhaps take one or two more and then we finish the session? No, I think that would be it. So
Thank you.
thank you
Everybody.
so much, Andras, for joining
Thank
us,
you.
for presenting your Estonian practice. We are going to share this as part of the webinar on the REGALE Moodle. And I also, after this event, I'm going to send you the PowerPoint and also the link to the Moodle that we have. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and for joining us. And then the next session should be in February as well, on Wednesday in this time slot.